Singular. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go live on Instagram right now. It says checking connection. Oh, hello, Instagram. Rachel Freeman Sowers here. Welcome to the Rachel Freeman Sowers live show. Tonight is going to be kick ass. I mean, I have some great tips for you, my 3 best tips. But first, while people are logging on, make sure that if you're logging on, that you please say hi. Hey, Melinda, nice to see you over there on Instagram. Say hello. Hi. Let's get over here. If you are logging in on Facebook or watching from YouTube, please make sure that you say hello. Yes, you made it. Now let's see. Gather up the peeps. That's what we're going to be doing. I just want to talk while people are logging on here. Let's talk about the world's toughest race show. I mean, if you have seen it, can I get some thumbs up and some hearts or a yes in the comment or something? Finished watching it. I had a little bit of a binge watch. I'll just admit that totally up front. And it reminded me a lot of entrepreneurship. Although they went through some really tough shiz. And it's called the World's Toughest Race Show, or the World's Toughest Race. So it's an eco challenge where there was 35 teams from all around the world. And hey, Eric, hello on Instagram. And so they went through 11 days of racing, and it was insane. And they went through so many struggles. Some people had to quit before they hit the finish line. Tons of things were going on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like this guy biffed it on a mountain bike, which I've biffed it more than once on a mountain bike, which is why I don't ride them anymore. But I thought, like, sometimes in business, you like crash and burn and you like, it just all falls apart. And you're like, what is happening? And you have to pivot. So some of the pivot that Rachel Freeman Sowers is doing this year is really helping female online entrepreneurs and professionals to develop this fierce confidence on video, to leverage video in their business in the way in which will attract clients and create cash flow. Because I'm not in business. I'll just be honest here. I'm not in business like to be a charity. I'm in business to make money, to serve more people so that I can make a massive positive impact in the world. And if you are joining me and you are also in business to make a massive positive impact in the world, please let me know in the comments. All right. So I'm not going to wait too much longer or waste too much other time talking about that. But what you don't see behind the scenes is totally applicable to today's topic. I have Sherry Mariah Photography. She's like, yeah, Rachel, you're saying it right. She's literally like right there. And she is here taking some photos and taking some live action shots, getting me some good content. Yes. Thank you. See, I have this wonderful angel voice going on. So I can get some good content for this new program that's launching, for the new website that's launching, and so that I can impact more lives. So I am practicing exactly what I'm preaching to you tonight, and so I cannot wait to share it with you. Make sure that if you're logging on to say hi, I would love to say hi to you. Yes, Melinda, I am here to make a difference in people's lives. Yes, no other way to be, sister, right? All right, so our topic tonight my brain is working faster than my mouth, is my 3 best tips to go from freeze to flow in front of the camera. So if you are a person that regularly makes videos, or you have had a little bit of apprehension when you get on a video, you freeze or you forget, your mind kind of goes blank what you want to say. Now, I know I'm in front of the camera a lot with over 300 plus live and recorded videos. There are still times when I freak myself out. And what I'm here to tell you, and this is the really great news, is that this is not your fault. We can totally control what is happening. And sometimes when we have these feelings, it is a chemical reaction that is happening in your brain. So remember, when I talk about the Rachel Freeman Sowers live show, we're going to talk about three things. We're going to be have guests that are inspiring. We're going to talk about how neuroscience and emotional intelligence can become the superpower in your business. And we're going to do some live coaching sessions right here. So the good news is it's not your fault. How many of you have had this happen to you and you beat yourself up for it? I'm not too proud. I mean, like, I'm going to say it. I've done it before. Literally, I've done a video that's taken me over 25 takes because I freaked myself out. And so I'm going to tell you the neuroscience behind this so that you can finally free yourself. Free yourself of the guilt, of the doubt, of whatever, right? And when we learn how to manage and control the chemical release in our body, we're really able to move through these things that have been seemingly have been keeping us stopped or stuck in where we wanted to be or where we wanted to go. So that's the goal for tonight. All right, the first thing we're going to learn about is a little bit of the why this is happening. So we're going to talk about a couple different things. One of the things is cold cognition. Now I'm going to make sure I'm looking at my notes down here. This is a lesson, so I don't miss any important information. I have them down here. They're an outline. This is something you can do if you feel like you might freeze. Just say, hey, I'm going to look at my notes down here. All right, that's not a tip, just an extra little bonus. All right, so we want to be in the state of cold cognition. Now, cold cognition is when our brains and our bodies are in a relaxed state. Now, what this actually allows us to do and our brain to do is communicate. So we want our brain to communicate in a way that allows us to function on an optimal level. And the way that we do that is we can interact with the prefrontal cortex. So remember, the prefrontal cortex is the place where reasoning and logic happen. And so when we are relaxed, when we have less stress, we are then able to recognize what comes next. I say this, then I say this, and then I say that. Oh, perfect. Like that perfect. Like after a glass of wine is what Melinda is saying. Yes, a little bit like that, but maybe no wine. You could have wine if you want to go online. Hey, that rhymes. Okay, anyway, so it allows our brain to communicate properly. So think about this. We want a state of cold cognition. Now, the next thing that we are going to want to do, or the next stage that happens, so when you step in front of a camera, now, Sherry is here photographing me, and I can see her and she can see me, and we're having this kind of energetic interaction. However, I'm not freezing in front because she's taking a picture. So if you're a photographer like Sherry or Melinda, these are really great things to share with your clients of why they feel that immense stress. When you step in front of the camera, a lot of things start to happen. Now, we sometimes have expectations about ourselves. We step in front of the camera and we begin to have a stress hormone release. So hormones that are released during the hot cognition phase or state of being are norepinephrine and cortisol. So when these stress hormones are released, it's sending a signal. And it sends a signal both to our hippocampus, and it makes us go into the brainstem. Something's happening. I'm having a fear, right? The hot cognition phase is when then the brain cannot work properly. It can't say like, oh, nothing is really happening right now because I can use my prefrontal cortex. Please let me know if any of this is making sense right now. Make sure that I got you following along, because some of this stuff can get a little muddled. So we want to stay out of hot cognition where our brain doesn't function due to a release of stress hormones, and we want to stay in cold cognition. All right, so we're going to get into the tips because you're like, great, I want cold cognition, not hot cognition. And how do I do that? And how do I make it practical to suit me? When you're in front of the camera and you're like, and then you take 25 takes like I used to have to do. I no longer have to have 25 takes. The most I do is about 3. And that's when I'm all in my head and I have hot cognition going on. Stress hormones are being released in my body and telling me something is happening that I need to be afraid or fearful of. All right, so now we know the why. I'm going to give you tip number 1. Now, I'm going to warn you, these are not typical tips, and you may have heard something contradictory to them. If you have done the opposite of these tips, I would encourage you to try this way of doing things. So the first tip is this: don't freaking rehearse so much. What? No, serious. Like, don't rehearse so much. When you're rehearsing, there's an expectation that you will remember exactly what you have written down. Last week, if you haven't watched the Rachel Freeman live show from last week, go back to my YouTube channel, check it out, watch it, make sure to comment on the parts that you liked the best. But what we talked about was when we have an outline or a script and what people prefer to use. I use an outline. Now, if I have some really important information that I want to make sure of, I just say, I'm going to make sure I don't miss any information. I'm going to look down at my notes. But when you rehearse, what is your expectation? What is the outcome that you want from the video? What is the intention from the video? My intention for bringing this to you is that you can hear the information and that you see who Rachel Freeman Sowers is. That you can decide whether or not you want to hang out here for very long or if you want to skip and be like, nah. I mean, like, that is what I'm here for, to help people who want to recognize how to turn neuroscience and emotional intelligence into superpowers in their business. So the first one is don't rehearse too much. What is the expectation you're having? This may seem like something that is contradictory, like I said before. Yet when you're rehearsing and you're like, okay, don't rehearse too much, and because it may make your brain freak out. I'm no longer conversational. I'm no longer coming from my heart or my gut. And that is what's important to me. So first tip. Second tip is this is contradictory, forget about the algorithm. Forget about it. I mean, seriously. I was working with someone and they're like, okay, YouTube wants you to do this and you have to have the title this way and you have to look it up. And then you have to have this many, but you don't want to have too many views, but you don't want to have too many subscribers and you have to compare it here, but don't make it like anybody else's. I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't handle it. I was like, screw it. I'm not going to pay attention to the algorithm. I'm going to speak from my heart. I'm going to do the things and make videos on the things that I love. And then I'm going to put it out there. Now, I'm not telling you to ignore the algorithm, but sometimes that makes you have an emotional fear-based response. That's where you're at. And when you can recognize that and let that go and just be you and talk about the things like I do, nerding out on neuroscience, that is what I love. And so it comes across in my video. All right, that's tip number 2. We are going to tip number 3. Oh, wait. See, this is the impromptu stuff, right? All right. When you were in, I'm going to put it in here right now. I'm doing this on the fly. See, look, this is how it works. All right. We're going to add it. And then we're going to go to it. That's how it's going to work right now. Live video, live streaming. No apologies, just going with it. You're going to identify what you know. One of the things that really causes a lot of self-doubt for a lot of people, when we are in a stress response, we are going into the brainstem. The amygdala says, afraid, do the things that we need to do to stay safe. In those moments, you have to identify what you know. I talk about neuroscience. I talk about confidence. I talk about emotional intelligence. I talk about alternative techniques. I talk about emotions. Those are the things I know. And when I started prepping for this exact video, instead of asking myself, what do I have to learn and get to know before the video, I asked myself, what do I know? Now, I'd love to hear from you. Can this free you? Answer it in the comments. Say yes in the comments. Give me thumbs up and hearts if you can see how this can free your mind, take you out of the brainstem, take you out of fear, self-doubt, and put you back in the prefrontal cortex where you're going to be able to say, I know this stuff. I know it like the back of my hand. And what I don't know, I can definitely learn to know, and I can answer questions. That's it. Right? And this is the part of what I teach people all of the time, and specifically women. I'm not leaving out the men. You guys can use this too. But when we drive ourselves from an internal space, when we no longer need to recognize an external stimulant to make ourselves feel a certain way, I don't have to worry. Because it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if I didn't have the banner up. I typed it in and put it up. Right? I'm not worried about it being perfect. I'm all about progress. I'm all about spreading the word, sharing my gifts and my skills and the knowledge so other people can have a freaking remarkable life too. That's what I want, right? That's what I want for my people. Melinda says, yes, LOL, I filmed a 1-minute commercial and do the script until it was time to start video. I've done that too. You know, the one time I do use a script, if I'm doing something for a different business or somebody else and they want me to say certain words, that's when I really will use a script. And that's where practice really makes perfect or more conversational. But the fact of the matter is that you're reading from a script. You don't have to be embarrassed about that, and you don't have to worry about it. Just be you. All right. So now we're going to go into the bonus. So we have, don't rehearse so much. You're going to regulate that expectation, and you're going to realize it and be aware of it and release the outcome. You're going to make videos about the things that you love. And when you have doubt, when you're in the middle of a live and I looked at my screen and I'm like, that banner is not there, I know what to do. What do I know? I know how to work this program. I know how to put it up there, and that's it. So you're going to identify what you know. The bonus is this, and this is really important. How many of you have tried or looked to experts, and maybe some of you have done this even with myself, and you say, well, Rachel says to do it this way. I am going to caution you against that. You can say, Rachel suggests that this may be one way that you can do it, but you know yourself, you know your business, you know what is right for you. That is undeniable. So here's the bonus. You're going to develop a system that works for you. I was using somebody else's script, and OMG, I was like, I don't know what to put here. I have 2 college degrees and a half of a PhD. I'm proud of the half a PhD, by the way. But I can figure out what to put in a freaking script. And literally, I was stuck in my brainstem saying, I'm not doing it right. The right way is the right way for you. Be confident in that. Take it, make the adjustments as you need to. People have suggestions, but I'm telling you, no one else is the expert in you or your business except you. You are the person that's going to show up. You are the person that people are going to be attracted to. And you are the person that people will love. Come on. This is it. This is how we do it, right? So if you are enjoying this video, if you are learning something, I would love to hear in the comments, what is the thing you're going to take away from the video? What is the number one tip that you've gotten here that you're going to claim as your own? And you're going to say, I am taking this and I am going to fit it in. I am going to see how it fits into my business, not how I can fit around that. You know, so many times in business, we try and make ourselves fit into the business we want instead of making the business fit us. That's why I don't work for anyone else. I don't want to fit into anything else. Like that's just the plain truth. And if any of you know me, you'll be like, oh, hey, that is her for sure. All right. So we have those things. Let me know. What are you going to take away? What is your number one? I'm going to just type it right here. Number one tip you are going to take away. Let me know. I'm going to scroll it. Watch this. All right. Let me know. What is the number one tip that you're going to take away tonight? Now, thanks, Eric. Hey, Tamara from Texas. Nice to see you on here. All right. What is your number one tip that you're going to take away? All right. As always, we're going to pull an angel card. And actually, I already pulled it. And you know, the interesting thing about this is that Sherry is here with me, and she has a very gorgeous and powerful, energetic presence. Yeah, she's going like this. I wish you could see her. She'll have to come over here at the end, and you can meet her. And so it was interesting to pull this card while she was here. So I've already pulled the card, and we'll see how it fits. As you choose the tip, I'm going to look in the comments here. Okay, Eric says, don't over rehearse. Tell me what else. Create your method way, your way of doing it. Hey, Dina. Hey, Tammy. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lindsay. Hey, Veronica. Hi, Jacqueline. Dang. Ooh. I just dated myself. Don't ever repeat that. Oh, crap. This is live streaming. Anyway. All right, here we go. So what is your number one tip? I really want to know. Is it don't rehearse too much? Make videos about things you love, identify what you know that are the facts, and develop a system that works for you. Which one of those? I really, really want to know. Don't hesitate. Share, because I just want to tell you, if you have that tip, I am sure someone else on here or that views this video will want that tip too. And sometimes it takes someone else saying, I'm going to do this to inspire another. So if you want to run the risk of inspiring another person, I want you to put the tips in the comments. Please, please, because you know I hate being a talking head. All right. Are you ready for the card? Thumbs up and hearts if you're ready for the card. Give me some yes in the comments. Are you ready? Because like always, it's a good one. And you can't make this shiz up. I don't pull these cards. They're not magic. They don't tell you something you don't already know. The way I use these cards is that really it helps you tune in to the wise one within you, because every single one of us has one of those. And it helps you bring up that thing that will move you past the thing that you're stuck at or that you're resistant to or that you're afraid of. All right. So Deb says, make videos about something you love, hiking. And I get overwhelmed with not doing it right. So I don't. Yeah. All right. So the 3 of Michael is the card, and it says, release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. All right. So there's the card. I'm going to read the narrative, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's coming up for me. So the 3 of Michael, you will grow from this situation. When challenging events occur, it is important to take time to heal. You don't have to do it alone. Ask your angels, guides, or human friends for assistance. Forgive everyone involved, including yourself, for actions or choices that may see as having been unkind or an error. Time truly does heal all wounds. Ask your angels and guides to help you see the reason for this situation in your life. A new perspective could allow you to view things in a different light. Know that you'll become a stronger person over time because of this challenge. Additional meanings of this card are time to release the past, disharmony, and heart conditions. So the thing that comes up for me and what I know and what I teach women that I work with to do is that we don't have to go all the way in the past, but the fear of being seen and heard is huge. The fear of having someone see you be vulnerable is huge. The fear of putting yourself out there and looking at yourself in the camera every single day is huge. And when those things come up, our neurological pattern ways of being say that's not safe. And what we're doing right now is rewiring those things. So as you see what your number one resistance is, or the number one tip that you want to do, and I'm going to say to Eric, Eric's my accountability partner in Mexico. I love him. So he put on here, do not over rehearse. This is about trusting yourself completely and fully. This is about stepping in to the man that he is, the business person that he is, and allowing his business to flourish without hesitation, without resistance, and without reservation. That is what we need to do. So, oh my gosh, makes me emotional. I don't know if anyone else on here is getting emotional because this really isn't my feelings. This is another thing that happens. But I'm just saying, let that shit go. Let it go. It's not helpful. Don't do it anymore. And if you need encouragement and if you need inspiration, then continue to hang out here at Rachel Freeman Sowers, because we are going to get some shiz done in the rest of 2020 that will be remarkable. And I want all of you to be a part of that. So Deb says that this is the perfectly perfect card. Healing is my huge theme for my book project I am developing, and working on it heals me. What is it that's coming up for you that you need to heal? See, we want to know how to do the tech. We want to know how to live stream on 3 different platforms. We want to know how to plug in the microphone. We want to know what microphone to use. We want to know what system to use. What do they call that? Application to use. We want to know, do I use my iPhone 11? Do I use my iPhone 10? Do I use my Samsung? Do I use this? That's easy to know. The healing is the answer to it all. Because once you heal that, your confidence is unstoppable. You become unstoppable. Tell me in the comments if you want to become unstoppable. Tell me, I'm ready. I want to see it. Let me know. We're not messing around here. Like, this is why the women that I work with get results. Huge, massive results that shift their entire freaking lives. This is why I'm not stopping. This is why you're going to see me here every single Wednesday on the Rachel Freeman Sowers live show at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's why I'm going to be here. This is what I'm all about, and this is why I am not ever going to give up. The world's toughest race showed me why I do what I do. It showed me that I want to do what I do, and I won't ever give up. So if you are committed to your business, if you are committed to the people that you want to serve, tell me in the comments, yes, I am committed. Tell me, I want to see it right now. Are you committed to the people that are waiting to be served by you? Yes, I'm committed in the comments. Whew. Man, this gets deep in here, pretty intense. So I want to bring, while we're in these last couple minutes, I'm going to have Sherry come out front here so I can introduce you to her and tell her thank you so much for being here. One of the things that I like to do, she's going to crawl underneath this standing desk like right now. She's literally crawling underneath this. That's a little bit weird. So there she is. Hi. So tell everyone what you do and what you love doing the most.
So my name is Sherry Harrison, and I am with Sherry Mariah Photography. And my huge passion right now is I'm also developing a lot of things too. So it's really nice to hear. I'm taking pictures of her doing my thing, but it's also really nice to have the reminders of like, yeah, don't get scared, like just do it. Speak from your heart, because that's what I'm really passionate about. I'm passionate about healing. I'm passionate about talking. I'm passionate about people, photography, art, creating. I mean, it's a lot.
Okay, so I want to emphasize one thing here, and then we have like 8 seconds left. But what I want you to emphasize is I want you to tell people what you do with your mom, because I've watched your videos and it goes deeper than what I do, and I want them to know about it.
Yeah, so my mom and I own Sacred Balance in My Heart Spark. We have live shows every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. where we do live readings throughout the whole entire show, and we talk about really inspiring topics that are really core deep. Like you kept saying about not having expectations. That's what our talk was on last week, because when you have expectations, your thoughts are limitless. Having expectations sets you up for heartbreak. It sets you up for hopelessness. It just sets you up for all these negative things, right? We don't want that.
Not helpful.
Not helpful for anything. So yeah, a little snippet.
Yeah, so again, like this is the deal. When you plug into shows like the Rachel Freeman Sauer show or the Sacred Balance live show, when you plug into that, how can you not be fed? How can your spirit not be fed? How can you not walk away being, I'm doing this thing all the, I know, me too. You get the joke. We need to do a show together.
We do.
Dang. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start logging off. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm going to log off here, and I'm going to say, like I always say at the end of every single video, please make sure to be true to yourself, be kind to others, and always, always, always honor the wise one that is within you. If you feel led, please share this video with others, because I am up for spreading the word. I hope you all have a good rest of the evening, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday on the Rachel Freeman Sauer's live show. Bye.